Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, June 8th. Skipped yesterday, gamed with my buddies. We're actually in the middle of the final battle. I have plans that need that table this weekend, so I guess I'll have to mark where things are, take them off and put them back. And yesterday, the finale for Critical Role Season 2 came out. 7 hours, so I need, big block of time to watch that. I was like, maybe I should take today off. I went to request a vacation day, and they're like, you're scheduled for a meeting. So I couldn't. So I worked. Just as well. Don't want to muddle up things with movie day. So I took tomorrow off. So today's still movie day. I'll find and watch a movie. But tomorrow, the plan is watch the finale of Critical Role. Before deciding on the movie that I'm watching, actually something I want to do. When I got the James Bond pack, I had already watched the first one, maybe two, whatever, James Bond movies. And so they're still here. Everyone that I've already had since then has moved over to this little side section for get rid of. Because I've been able to check that the bonus features are the same as what I already have. Now, because these are the same style box as those, most likely that's the case. But I'm going to put them in my PlayStation and put my Blu-rays in the Blu-ray player, and I'm just going to go back and just confirm that they're the same to make sure that these can be put in the to get rid of stack before anything. Because, so in my brain, I'm like, okay, so I've gotten a few, 4 shelves started. And then I got it in my brain like, oh, I need to finish shelves before starting them. So I can't, that means I have 4 shelves that I can't pick from. But there's movies on those shelves I'd like to watch. Now you may be saying, well then Adam, just change your mind. Well, let's not be so hasty. I think I have ways around it. So playing with the way my brain works, what I can do is I can move watched movies onto shelves of unwatched movies. So the way to do that, for example, here is as these get watched, things will all move this way. Moving towards, say, this watched movie here, moving towards this shelf, which would allow me to watch movies on this shelf, which you could watch some towards this end that would move onto that shelf. To get onto the bottom shelves, I'll have to push in, so I have movies in the other room that I've purchased and never watched, so I'll have to at some point push that way. And that is how I mess with my own head to make this work. I'm an interesting creature. Interesting indeed. But, so, I want to see if I can get rid of those 2 discs. In order to move. And also, it is doing 2 things that are things that I view positive. Removing excess discs from the shelves. I don't need duplicates of a movie. That is something I have had so many movies that I just have duplicates of because I've had them, and so why get rid of them? This is encouraging me with the mindset of get rid of the duplicates, no need to keep 2 copies of the same movie that are the exact same. Unless there's something different about them, don't keep them. That's not the easiest thing for me to get into my head. So it is rewarding that behavior. And as far as pushing it the other way, that is rewarding the behavior of watching new movies that I've never seen. So in both instances, so it's not like it's just wasted playing with my head like that, but yeah, so I'm just going to check the bonus features on those. Guns of James Bond, Premiere Bond, credits. Guns of James Bond, Premiere, and credits. Both of them, clear to go. Awesome. It's able to sort of just reshuffle all of the movies over. So close to getting the nearest video over, but there's one in between even, and I'm going to make that the movie for today. O brother, where art thou? It's the Odyssey. If you didn't know that, it's the Odyssey. Just as The Lion King is Hamlet, Lion King 2 is Romeo and Juliet, this is the Odyssey. And until I learned that, I had no interest in watching this movie. And I love this movie. Well, at least I remember loving this movie. I'm sure it still holds up. It's been a bit. But, so I'm gonna have myself a sandwich. And, I'm gonna watch O Brother, Where Art Thou? And I would give O Brother, Where Art Thou 8 out of 10. It's good. It's a wonderful movie. So, read from the back. And as I was going through this while watching this, this movie was from 2000. So it later got released on Blu-ray. And that's what I picked it up, because I didn't find the movie until well after it had come out. Anyways, so it was on Blu-ray by the time I picked it up. But you can tell, like, this is one of the ones where they made this Blu-ray when Blu-ray was new. So in addition to hearing just a bit about the movie, just enjoy the way that they used to describe Blu-ray on the back of a Blu-ray disc. George Clooney, The Perfect Storm, and John Turturro, Cars 2, embark on the adventure of a lifetime in this hilarious offbeat road picture. And now, for the first time, this quirky gem shines more brightly than ever in Blu-ray high definition. Fed up with crushing rocks on a prison farm in Mississippi, the dapper silver-tongued Ulysses Everett McGill Clooney busts loose, except that he's still shackled to two misfits from his chain gang, bad-tempered Pete Turturro and sweet dim-witted Delmar, Tim Blake Nelson. With nothing to lose and buried loot to regain, the three embark on a riotous odyssey filled with chases, close calls, near misses, and betrayal. Experience every unpredictable moment as it plays out in the crystal clear sound and breathtaking picture quality of Blu-ray. Populated with strange characters including a blind prophet, sexy sirens, and a one-eyed Bible salesman, John Goodman, O Brother, Where Art Thou? Will leave you laughing at every outrageous and surprising twist and turn. Wow, where do we go? So, there were a few points right there in the back. As far as how it ties to the Odyssey. Blind Prophet, the Oracle. Sexy Sirens, the Sirens, and a one-eyed Bible salesman, Goodman. That's the Cyclops. Who they defeat. There's also the plot really is for Ulysses to get home to prevent his wife from marrying a suitor who has come to call while he has been away in prison. Just another tie to the Odyssey. And it's not like bound to the poem as far as like its structure or anything, but it is definitely plot derived from. And some of those elements are just very cool ways, and it's fun to see how they took those plot elements and put them into this Depression-era Mississippi setting, which is beautiful. I love period pieces as it is, and it's great. It looks beautiful. It sounds beautiful. I love that kind of old-timey music. And it's got plenty of it. Both some sang by the characters and some just, the soundtrack to the film. Otherwise, it's got other things. It got Babyface, bank robber, at one point. It's got a candidacy battle that ultimately is tied out when our characters have to rescue a friend that they made along the way from a Ku Klux Klan lynch mob, and therefore, because they ruined that lynching, the one of the candidate, or bad guy candidate, the one that is allied with the suitor trying to steal Ulysses' wife, outs himself as being, you know, a racist Klan member, and being upset, acting like he's the normal, reasonable one. However, as he's also being upset with the Soggy Bottom Boys, this amazing band that is bursting upon the scene, his constituents, his followers, don't really see eye to eye with him any longer, and things manage to turn against him there at the end, which is how the suitor is defeated and no longer bona fide, no longer with a good job to make sure that he's able to provide well. So Ulysses gets his wife back, sort of. But all along, you know, I love the sweet dim-witted Delmar. He's great. And I'm watching him, like, throughout the thing, and I'm like, where do I know him from? I know him. I know that face. It's from Holes. I'll get to that movie eventually. That's a good one. And, you know, there's a point early on where they're hanging out in the woods, and his congregation walks through, and well, he finds himself baptized. So, despite what the crimes he'd done to get himself on the chain gang in the first place, well, the Lord's forgiven him, and he makes an actual attempt to turn his life around. And, you know, there's times where they're stealing a pie from somebody, and he leaves them some money. There's other times where they're stealing a car, and they just kind of gloss over it. But there is at least some little scenes in there for it. And ultimately, the dark-eyed individual hunting them is alluded to be symbolic of the devil. So throughout the movie, the devil is hunting him down. And it's only, despite different stages where Ulysses mocks Delmar, and even at times Pete, when Pete gets dragged into it for their turning to this baptism or whatever religious things that he has. But in the end, Ulysses has met his match with the devil and falls to his knees to pray, and they are in fact saved. Now, of course, he says, you know, logical explanation to all of it after the end, but I do enjoy some of those ties. It's a good movie. Good movie. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It's up there. And it's just a great period piece. Like, it looks good, and I like it. I like that. But still, it's only like 8. And I mean, it's still so bright out, because, like, I remember in the winter I was all sad because it would get dark so early. I'm glad it's not like that anymore. I don't look forward to it returning to that again. Oh well. One day it will. But for now, we have sunlight. Still, I'm going to just relax for the evening. You know, take it easy. I have tomorrow off, you know, for the purpose of watching Critical Role. And I look forward to that. But I'm just going to relax a bit for right now. Enjoy my evening. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues.